could be bad. How is everyone? How we doing? I'm all right. Good. Beautiful day. If this pollen would go away, I'd be a lot better. I don't know about y'all. Yeah. Yeah, it's great. It's probably the earliest I've seen him at the facility. Uh, in our time here, he was more of a, he got in, he stayed later. I'd get in early, leave earlier in the afternoon. But, so it's funny seeing him now in the morning crew. But, it's great having Matthew around. It's great for a lot of guys. Obviously, he's doing his own thing, in the building. But, for guys, someone to talk to still, he still provides all those Matthew Slater traits we've talked about for so long. So to have that around, that's just, you can't put a value on it and what it means for guys, even guys that don't know him, and have got to know him over this, 2-3 months, whatever it's been. So, it's invaluable to have a guy like that around. No, yeah, I mean, the first time I saw him working out, there was some joking about just getting ready to play. But, no, it's, like I said, it's great someone to have. He's been here my whole career, and I'm glad he's still around.
What did it mean to you? I don't know if you've been asked this before, you probably have, but what did it mean to you to get an extension and have the team reach out to you to do that?
Yeah.
And, so you hear from him?
Yeah, he was huge, and obviously I want to finish my career here, finish it the right way. And, I care a lot about this organization, and to kind of have that go both ways means a lot. And, I'm super excited. I'm super excited to be part of the change and do whatever I can to help the organization. And for however long I can keep doing it, we'll just keep figuring it out.
David, when it comes to this time of year before the lights come on and everything,
Yeah.
it's probably pretty hard to block guys like when you can actually make contact. So what do you guys get out of this?
Yeah, I think there's good and bad in it, right? Like, I think we had 2 run plays today in a practice, and but you can sit there and say whatever, but or you just take the good in it, and there's a lot of good, right? Like having the officials out today, we had some procedural things, that you don't really get a feel of when it's just practice, and so having them out here today, was big, and there's still a lot of learning you can do in practice, right? And that's kind of what you're trying to focus on, learning technique, and because it's easy to sit inside and be like, hey, walk through, run this play, and it's easy to do that. Now when they're screaming, moving around, it's different bodies, like it's challenging you to think, communicate, and for all of us it's new. There's no like years past I've known the offense and so-and-so's known the offense, so-and-so, this is all new for all of us. So to be able to come out here and do it live, as much live as you can, I think it's a huge learning experience. And there's obviously things that'll be different once we get pads on, and it's the same for the defense. They're not having to see all the different things, pads, run game, different things like that. So it's just a huge learning experience, a lot of new guys. So you just try to take all the good you can from it.
What have you seen just from Drake, behind the scenes?
Yeah. Yeah, he's a hard-working kid. He does a great job. I think, he's doing all the right things, right? He's trying to come in, work hard, and we're all trying to make progress. That's the biggest thing, right? And it's, how quickly you can start making those jumps and seeing different things. And, it's not just for him, it's for me, and maybe it's different, but, that's what this is all about. I haven't played football in a little while either. So, that's why we're all here. And then, try to come back in training camp and do it as fast as we can to get ready to go.
David, can you extend that to the other rookie quarterback there as well, how he's been doing?
Yeah, look, I think this rookie class has been awesome. There's a lot of them, first of all. There's a lot of rookies. And, but I think anytime you have a rookie at your position, I think that's good. I can remember coming in with Shaq and Trey Jackson because you can push each other, you can challenge each other, right? And we're all out here competing for jobs, roster spots, whatever it is. So, I think that competition's great. And, I think when you have someone in that room, in that position, you can really compete against each other, and I think that's really good. Because I know, whether it's in the weight room, whatever it is, right? Like, I can think back, like I said, me, Shaq, and Trey competing, running, weightlifting, all that thing. That's really good to build that and move forward.
David, I actually recently mentioned on Joe Rogan's podcast how not getting as much time in pads has affected the ability to be a good running team and game chemistry. So I also want to kind of a throwback player. How do you maybe help these younger guys mitigate what happens that, when you lose in that time?
Yeah, I think it is hard. It wasn't the same when I came into the league as Matt Light, obviously. They still had 2-a-days and things like that. But, we were in pads the first, I think it was third day of training camp, fourth day maybe. And then there was really just it was pads, and for the most part pads all the way through. And now it's very different. And they've taken away certain drills, whether it's 9-on-7, half line, things like that. And, it's hard. I do think it makes it harder on offensive linemen because it's such a physical game, and the game's different in college than it is in the pros. And, so I think it is a disservice sometimes to younger players too who aren't used to that, but, you got to take it. Like, it's kind of sit there and complain about it and do all that, but you got to take just that much more advantage of those reps you do get, which are now a lot slimmer than when I came into the league, right? Because I ran, I had 10 plays on 9-on-7, 10 plays a half line, and then so I'm getting all those reps on that run game there. And then, maybe in team, if it's a 8-play period, I might get 4 or 5 runs. So now I've gotten 15 runs, and you're not getting that as much nowadays. And so you just got to take advantage of every rep. It just makes that rep that much more important. But, I do think there's some bit of a disservice, especially to our position.
What do you think your offensive line coach, Scott Peters?
Yeah.
So the last 4 years working under Bill Callahan,
Yeah.
Very widely regarded offensive line coach. Have you seen any Bill Callahan influence in what Scott Peters is trying to do, and is the wide zone kind of a part of what you guys are trying to do right now?
Well, I think it would be hard for me to say Bill Callahan because I've never played for Bill, so I can't really speak to that. You know what I mean? But I do think there's definitely some things. I've always enjoyed watching Cleveland tape. Might be because Nick Chubb's running the football, my Georgia guy, but I've enjoyed a lot of things they do in the run game. There's some different things they do I'm excited to do. So Scott is cool having somebody that's played the position, obviously. He's done it. He's very knowledgeable. And we're doing a lot of different things, which, it was harder for me in the beginning because I've had a way of doing it for the last 9 years. And, habits, good or bad, have been formed. And so now trying to figure that, but it's been a fun challenge, right? And trying to discover new things, learn new things. So, I've really enjoyed that, getting to work with Scott and learn some of the things kind of in a different way.
David, played a pure West Coast kind of system before?
You know that answer. No, I mean, I've been here my whole career. And then at Georgia, we ran 2 tight ends, fullback, pro-style offense. So it was really great because it was very similar to Josh's system when I came in. Mike Bobo down there, he's gotten away from that now. They're a little more spread out down in Georgia. But when we were there, it was fullback, tight ends, power, toss sweeps, things like that. So it was very easy when I came into Josh's system. And I've never really been in the West Coast system.
David, I wanted to ask you about Wednesday, what's happening here with Tom.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the event, and just if you could sum up, what he meant to play with?
Yeah, I'm excited to be a part of it and get to see it and be around. I don't know how many old players that are still playing from my time are going to be there, but some of the older guys I'm friends with, get to hang out with them. They get together. It's usually a fun time, and I think he deserves it, right? I mean, and the thing about Tom is, obviously, he's the greatest player to ever play this game, but he was a great teammate, and he's done a lot of things. I wish I could do my career about knowing people's names and things like that, and that was super impressive to me. And you've heard all the stories, and it was the same for me. Now he was hard on me. He was very hard, and he moved a lot different than the installs did. But that was good. I enjoyed that. He pushed. He wanted to see how much I would take and if I would break or keep going. And, it challenged me to learn a lot because he was, if we were on install 2, he was on install 100. So, I remember a sub-blitz period. He was out there making calls that I had never heard of in my life and getting mad at me. And and then Seabass is yelling at me, and so but it was good because it challenged me and it pushed me and it made me learn, and I didn't want to let him down, and so I'm excited to be a part of it, excited to see what it's all about.
David, you've been here longer than anybody else. So I don't know how you describe it. Culture change maybe seems a little bit severe, but how much of a fresh start is this year, this camp?
Yeah, I think so. And it's cool because it's kind of like being part of a new organization, but I'm at home, and obviously new coaching staff offensively, and Mayo's doing things differently, and but at the same time, I've obviously had a relationship with Mayo for a while, played together and things like that. So I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed being a part of it. I remember meeting with AVP early in the off season, and then sitting down with Scott after that, and I was excited. I was excited to be a part of it, excited to learn some of the things AVP was talking about doing, and because it was so different for me, and I love the game and I love the challenge of that, and so getting to see that side of it's been really fun. And it's good. I think it's good for a lot of people. Fresh starts are good, and it'll be a fresh start for people for different reasons, and so I'm excited.
It's men's mental health awareness month. I know you've been very vocal about your mental health journey. Could you speak to the importance from your perspective of men's mental health and maybe what this kind of
Yeah, I guess I think it's important, right? It's important to check in on your friends. Lost a good friend, Corey Cunningham, a month or two back, and I'd literally just talked to him. We were talking about turkey hunting, and so. But I think it's important to check in on people because you don't really know, what people are going through or what they're dealing with. And sometimes it's easy just to, talk and not really talk, if that makes sense, So I think that's always an important thing, and something you need to make time for with your friends and loved ones.
David, is one of the side benefits of an event like Wednesday night, you get to see former teammates and kind of bond with them a little bit, kind of reconnect and reminisce about the old times a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. I was talking to Matt Light because I know there's probably be a lot of guys from that era who I'm friends with, obviously didn't play with, but seeing what they're doing, because like I said, I don't know, guys like Shaq and Joe, I don't know if they'll be making the trip. Probably have to miss some minicamp, and I don't think they're going to fork out $100,000 for that. So, unless Tom foot the bill, maybe. But so I'm excited to see. I saw Jules here today, Vince, who I didn't play with, but competed against, and have known for a while now. So, excited. It's always good when you get guys together, and because guys got life and everything else going on.
Thank you, David.
Thanks, guys.